Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be playing some more Age of Empires 2. I've had two more wins against the hard AI. Similar settings to before, same map type. One of them, the first one we're going to see is actually I was editing a bit of a map myself. Just fancied having a go in the editor and made a little doohickey of a map, and so I went for Byzantines this time, and I'm always against a random AI, so I made it even easier for myself by actually putting some walls on the map at the start of the game. So there's like kind of two walls for me and two walls for the AI, just so that I definitely have that kind of breath at the start of the game to be able to build up a little bit before getting attacked. And so let's load this replay. So I'm just going to speed it up from the start. I think it was quite a long game, this one. As you can see here, start by building a house. I should get my other two villagers onto the water buffalo. And then concentrate on food and kind of start to boom. So I'm just going to pop this on fast, just so we kind of get to the meat of it a little bit quicker. So yeah, I found that it's always the way in it where you struggle to do something for quite a long time, and then you do it once, and then it becomes a lot easier after that. I've played a few games since that one that I uploaded last. And I've lost a few and won a couple, so definitely improving. I think mainly it's just improving in being able to get Eureka going, while still being able to at least have a little bit of army build up early enough. So you can see I've put some roads in here, and these are the two gates I was talking, like two walls with gates I was talking about. And just out of my view here, the AI has got the same, like two, like a wall with two gates in. And then just because there's some water, I added a dock. It's not like it's going to be useful. I don't think there's even any fish in there, but I just added these little paths and stuff like that, make it a little bit more interesting. And over here, we'll see a little bit later, I started doing some. Started messing about. I noticed that there was a waterfall item, so I was trying to fit it in. There it is. Look, it doesn't look great, but it was funny. And a little Buddha statue and some little bits here and there. And another thing that I changed was I added a load of relics to the map. Usually in Black Forest, if you're playing on a two-player map, then there'll be 5 relics. So one player will get 3 and the other player will get 2 if this centre if you kind of hold your side. But I evened the number, but then upped the number just so that there'd be more gold for me and more gold for the AI. I thought it'd make for being able to create better units for both of us. So see, I'm sending all my villagers to the berries here. I do tend to do that, but then you can get caught when the berries run out and you end up with a load of idle villagers, and then almost immediately sending some more to wood over there. So if you look at the top left here, you see 12 on food, 7 on wood, nothing on gold or stone yet. So a scout's going to go around and find everything there. So I just got beat out to the feudal age by the AI there. In fact, let's make it go even faster. I spent watching him do it so fast. Another thing as well is I used to get really frustrated because I could never make my farms as economic as possible. But I was watching I think it was some of the hidden cup that's going on at the moment. And I just told myself to notice the pattern that they do the farms in around the TTs. So you'll see in the second game I actually get a much more what do you call it, efficient way of placing the farms around the town centre. I don't know how I've never been able to do it before, because it is really simple, but yeah. So you see the AI is beating me to Castle Age by quite a way. I haven't even clicked up yet, and he's there. So yeah, now we can see his first gate there. But yeah, still not very many on stone and gold. It's all about the food and wood. Try to get that eco as big as possible, as quick as possible. Look at the speed on the scout there when it's on full. Whoa! Crazy. What we're building here. Oh, so we got second town centre, and it sounds like we've even been attacked by wild animals, or he's maybe just attacked the wall. Okay, so I've created a monastery quite early to try and get all these relics, and then by the looks of things forgotten that I had monks about. They're going to go around and pick up all the relics. I think there's about 5 or 6 on each side of the walls. I did want to make sure it was even for both me and the AI, because although I am making it safe for myself, I want it to be, I want the resources to be even and stuff like that. I don't want to give myself any more crutches, because you certainly don't get that when you're playing online. Right, slow it down to the faster now. So we've just added a barracks there. And so what I'm generally tending to think at the moment is to be able to have a civ where you can build up like a trash army, an army of units that only cost food and wood, and then once I've seen what the AI is doing, then I can start thinking about where I'm going to invest my gold. Because what would tend to happen in previous games would be I would go all out and make the best of one, like focus on one kind of unit, and then by the time I'd done any damage whatsoever to the AI, I'd have run out of gold. So we just got his first castle there, starting to build up. I think archery range is here, yeah. And there'll be more barracks over here. Okay, so there is some attack going on here. Oh yeah, we just got an elite Genoese crossbowman. So I think I got quite lucky with the civilization here, because Italians are kind of they're most known for being like a water civilization, very strong on water maps. Whereas as the Byzantines here, they're a very good defensive civilization. So some of my bonuses will be like I get stronger buildings per age. So going to get to the Imperial Age, my buildings have got ridiculously high hit points. Okay, so we're starting to get some fights now, so down to normal speed. So as you can see, before I've really massed any kind of army, I'm getting absolutely stuffed here. So if I didn't have these walls, these guys would be all over my economy, all over my town centres, and I'd be panicking, and then I'd be losing villages left and right, and I'd end up losing all my eco and dying pretty quick. So I'm just starting to think, right, okay, I need to build up my army. My eco's getting there. It's still quite slow moving. Am I still on 2 town centres? I think I am. I don't even know if I do. I might pop another town centre here. I can't quite remember. But at the moment, still 2 town centres. I think maybe I could do with more farms. I think 3 town centres is definitely ideal at this point. Right, so they've broken through the first wall. On the first gate, should I say. And now they've got he's using this trebuchet to bring down the second. So yeah, my forces are not looking to, because these guys aren't going to do any damage to anyone really. They're just kind of I mean they can whittle a big group like this down for sure, but you need a lot of them, and you need all the upgrades. What we're rocking upgrades wise. So we got +1 attack, +1 normal and +1 PS armor, I think that is, and then +1 range. So they like there's a few upgrades, but I think there's still a ways to go. You see, I am producing a lot, but I've reached my pop cap there. So building houses over here. I think you'll notice as the game goes on that this area just is house land. This is the residential area. Got a castle here. That's going to be producing these cataphracts, which are the unique unit for Byzantines. So we're starting to get a bit more production now. I think it's literally just I'm waiting on these houses being built. And over in the over back in the main part of the base, still pretty much as is. I'm producing. Yeah, I'm trying to, but again, we're at a population limit, so struggling a little bit. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relics each side. Then it is. Like I say, usually one team would have 2 and the other team would have 3. So we've got this gold to take here. I ain't got that many villagers on gold at the moment. What is it? 8 on gold. I've taken them off, the guys that were on stone off stone. And there's this gold here as well. There was a challenge that let you get unlock the sound of the original Age of Empires monks, and I'm loving it. It's great. It's taking me back to days when I played Age of Empires 1. I did actually have a go on that the other night, and you get sometimes when you experience something that you haven't experienced since you were like really young, it's almost like kind of a almost like an anxiety kind of a feeling when you're seeing the same images and hearing the same sounds that you haven't heard for a long time. I don't know what it is about it. Let's speed up a bit here. But it's yeah, but it was pretty fun playing the first one again. I can't say I'd really want to do it again. The second one's so much better in terms of balance and just the feel of the gameplay. So you see, researching all kinds of stuff here. We're going into heavy cav archers, which are here. I think, are these the cav archers? No, they're the. I don't think I've even. Oh, I've met a few, but not many. 3. But I think they're about to come out now. So we do have some gold units on the way. These are gold units. The cataphracts and the cav archers are gold units as well. And here we go. He's going to try pushing again here. But I'm just trying to bide my time until I've got the numbers to be able to push back. And he can send his unique units forward all day for all I like, because I'm just using, again, these are what you'd call trash units. They just cost wooden food to make, and we're going to pretty much have unlimited wooden food at some point pretty short, so, sometime pretty soon. Yeah, so there you go. 3rd town centre's down. Could probably do with more farms. But we do have a lot more villagers on food than we do on wood. I think we just used it making quite a lot of food intensive units. Although cav archers, I can't remember, they're food and gold or wood and gold? I'm pretty sure it's food and gold, but because it's archery range I kind of want to say wood, but so out comes the trebuchets again. Economy is getting there. We're adding some farms around this TC. My little waterfall area that I crafted over here. Quite like it. There's a Buddha statue just chilling next to a lot of loot and some flowers and whatnot. If you want a bit of a good time, just try making a little scene in the Age of Empires map editor. It's a good half hour. Okay, so I've decided to come in here and use me slow it down to normal speed. Use me cav archers. I think what I initially wanted to do is take these trebuchets out. which you'll see me trying to do. But one of the things I'm really trying to learn to get better at is using using a specific. Look, I think he was using villagers to repair the trebs then, was he? So I'm sure we did some damage and then it went back up to gold. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to get better at using the right units for the right fight. Because I'm really bad at just sending whatever I have into whatever the enemy has, rather than thinking about it and trying to go right. Okay, so say for instance we've got like these crossbowmen here. It would be great to send those guys in, these cataphracts to fight the crossbowmen, or even some siege, some like onagers or something like that. But I couldn't really get to them from there. Maybe a couple of onagers, but they'd probably get taken down as they were coming around. But I'm losing quite a few of my cav archers here, which is not great. I would imagine these Genoese crossbowmen don't cost half as much as these do, so I'm a bit of a bad fight. Did I take down one of the trebuchets? It's a shame. There's one left at 9 HP. So I've built a couple of towers, which I'm going to send my trash units in. Maybe that's to try and just whittle these crossbowmen down. Okay, so yeah, I think this fight goes on for quite some time, so again we'll just speed it up. So I need to be careful here because, yeah, look, one shot from these onagers and it decimates my numbers of these guys. They'll go down, each of them will go down in one hit, and they hit over quite a wide area. So I've got my own trebuchets now. I think was the idea to attack the trebuchets with the trebuchets, potentially. And then you see me start to build a load of bombard towers around here. So I just decided to send these cataphracts in just to try and snipe the siege. So you can see, I'm surprised the AI didn't actually pack up the trebuchets when all the, and we've got some, sorry, that's normal. And over here we've got some, what do you call them, hand cannoneers. So they're like gunpowder units, ranged gunpowder units. Really good at taking down structures and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, they've got very high attack, but they're very, very weak. So they can get taken out really, really easily. You see, these bombard cannons and siege are absolutely destroying them. But I want to take these trebuchets down, so we send the cataphracts in, and some get through the gate there. Look. And so this is the first I see of his base, really. So the AI tends to have like units just everywhere, rather than having like you know, I'm going to keep units forward to protect the area where you're going to come in. They just seem to be all around. It's really interesting to see how the AI plays the game actually. But it's kind of a great way of doing it, because you have all your buildings as cover, and it makes it just really difficult for me to know what I'm attacking with what. You might notice my population's higher as well. I put the population up to 250, I think it was. Okay, so we're still making units back here. Not a massive amount. And what's the economy like back home? It's not changed much, to be honest. Look, yeah, see, I've obviously forgotten about something because there's all these guys just stood there doing nothing. What? I think they might have been mining. Gold mining. Yeah, there must have been some gold here, and it's run out. So pretty much there's some. I think there's some gold behind this castle. I'll forget about it for a while. Yeah. But I think that's pretty much all the mineable gold on my side of the map. Again, there's 607 gold there. I can't really see the rest of it. But yeah, so we're still making units, and we're pushing here, you know, a little bit with cataphracts, but then coming back. I'm interested to see actually what the opponent's population is. He's stopped at 200 so far. Man, 112 population. I probably could have put, look at his resources there. He's got 100 resources. I probably could. He's at 100 population. I'm at double his population. I probably could have pushed to these units at this point right now, and near enough whittled him down to finishing off distance. But you can pretty much tell here that I've got no real control over what's going on. I just kind of sent my units in, and I've been trying to attack certain things with certain units, and then just kind of given up and gone, ah, they're all here, let them do what they want to do, which is pretty much the worst thing you can do. But it's not doing too bad. I've pushed quite far into the base, and I've taken quite a few of his buildings down. But I'll be losing these really expensive gold units quite quickly, which is the main problem with how I'm playing at the moment. Ideally, I want to be grouping the gold units, so my cataphracts there, my cavalry archers there, and my hand cannoneers there, and controlling them manually, and then I can send the trash units in and just kind of click them in slightly ahead of them to fight all the other all the enemy army basically, whilst controlling the gold units and keeping them behind and making sure I don't waste them. Maybe even have a few monks back near these walls that I can heal my gold units up with. Because if you see, look, I've got like I've got 16 cataphracts left, and they're probably, oh no, they're the 16 cavalry archers left, and have I got any cataphracts left? Oh, there is 2, is it? 3 elite cataphracts left. Out of what, there must have been about 30 or 40 maybe. But we've got some more coming in over here. How many? 12 more coming in. But yeah, it's kind of as much damage as I've done here. I am gonna have to I'm gonna have to back out pretty soon. On the screen at the moment I've got well, those guys have just come in, but 60 units. Oh no, that's his units as well. So anyway, just to do mine. Well, it's about 50 units. Yeah, like I said, the residential section over here. Still at 225 though, and we can get to 250. This guy's not finished this house. It's too far away when he finished that one, I guess. You got some more trash units coming in, some halberdiers. But I think they're pretty much going to their death right now because there's no one else here, and they're gonna get destroyed. I probably clicked them in. Thought it's not worth getting them back now, so I probably just told them to attack that house and then went back to concentrate on creating some more units. Resources not doing too bad. I ain't got much. I've got like no gold there. He's got yeah, we've got a similar amount of food, but he's doing better on gold. I'm doing better on wood. Hey. Again, forgotten about my lumberjacks. They're miles away from the gather point at this point in time. These guys are still here. must not notice about them for a long time. This is what happens though, you start fighting and it's so easy to forget about other things. So many things to be doing at once in this game. See now all my army's gone, he's pushing back. I think at this point I was thinking, oh my days, I'm not going to lose this after that, I'm not going to... He's not going to push back to the point where... but this is where my bombard towers come into play. You see him firing these great big stones, or cannon balls or whatever off at the enemy. I'm trying to chase the siege down here. Might have been a bad idea though. I'm probably hurting those guys myself with my own bombard towers. You see the cavalry does, or the cataphracts, sorry, do really good damage to siege and to skirmishers, which are the guys that are throwing spears. So he's already kind of built back up to his walls there. So I think we fast forward a little. Just as I start to build the forces back up, have I seen these villagers? Hey, I've assigned those villagers to go do something. So it's throwing a lot of siege at us at the moment, but then I think he backs off. Oh, try to avoid the siege shots there. I do okay. I don't think I lose too many of them right at the start there. But once they're taken care of wisely, back away. And I think do I bring the monks over to heal them? It'd be wise to do it. Building some more towers. I'll send someone to that goal pretty soon, I think. So again, just building up his forces there. The sound of those monks healing. Look at them going, healing all the horses. It's like they're having a little dance. Okay, so we've got to his population limit, like the actual limit now, 250. Right, now I'm going to start sending them back in. I've still got units queued up, so as these guys die really quickly, we'll be getting more units created. See, they go really quickly, those guys. But I think the unique unit here does really well. Well, not when they're stuck behind all these guys, but eventually. So it's a case of repeat. Destroy all the buildings again. Try and push back into his base. I think from here, this is where I start to be constantly producing, and then just I don't think he's able to push back again after this. But again, I'm losing my horses, my cataphracts quite quickly. I've only got 18 left there. But we've still got 60 odd skirmishers. I think most of, if not all of the halberdiers are probably gone by now. I think they're much more vulnerable because they're attacking hand to hand, whereas obviously these skirmishers have got some range. So here come the halberdier and skirmisher reinforcements. My production stopped for a moment there. I'm be interested to see how long it takes me to queue up a load more. So go on view lock, see what I'm looking at now. So I think I'm trying to regroup with the cataphracts, so that they don't get picked off. And then, okay, so now I think maybe I start queuing up some army, I guess. Yeah, there you go, look. So I got another 60 skirmishers, another 15 cataphracts, and a ridiculous number of halberdiers. What's this? 30, 60, 90, 105 halberdiers queued up there. So there's no real coming back for him from this now. Although I don't know if it's something to do with when you create your own game, but he doesn't resign for ages. Like he stays in the game until there's like a handful of buildings left. So I'm just going to speed this up again to full speed there, and take it off view lock so we don't get in. And let's take the fog of war off as well so you can see everything. So he does have these castles that stand for a little bit more time, but really there's no, like, I'm quite used to the AI resigning by about now, but he seems to want to carry on the fight, even though he doesn't really have anything to fight with. So yeah, I don't know if that's something that you need to change in like the AI settings when you're creating a game. Look at these guys go. We'll take that town centre down. Oh, this one got converted. Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, like he's pretty much dead at this point. But for whatever reason, he's still not resigned. He definitely thinks he's still got a chance, and you know, oh yeah, who am I to put it past him? You see, I start building a wonder here. So if you build a wonder and hold it for 200 in-game years, then you automatically win. The peace and serenity of the waterfall area. After all that noise. Wow. So yeah, we send some hand cannoneers in, try and make a bit quicker work of that. See, I've got all these guys just stood here doing that because I'm thinking, well, there's nothing to do. Oh, did I actually? Yeah, there's the wonder. So like I say, look, you see that at the top there. So for however many in-game years, if you your opponent's got to destroy that, otherwise you win the game. But yeah, so yeah, the second ever time I beat the hard AI. I think it's coming soon. I think I bring these. Which when I bring these trebuchets back over here, I think that's when he resigns. what can I see at the moment? Yeah, I can see all of that area now, so bring these guys back over here. And in the not too distant future, we'll see him resign. Maybe it's when his last villager dies, potentially. But there you go, yeah, he gives up eventually. So hurrah, another one. So yeah. But I did have a fun time creating this map with the roads everywhere and the it was a long game that though. Obviously that was highly sped up. So actually playing it, does it tell you the time? Yeah, nearly 2 hours. Look. But yeah, so that was that one. I thought that was so I don't usually play as Byzantines. I know that I think they might have been who I used to pick when I was really young when I played this. And you can see in the timeline there, it's that I don't start building military until quite late, but then when I like actually start producing, yeah, it just snowballs. Whereas if you see he has the AI has its first kind of spike of military production around there, just after advancing to the Castle Age. Whereas I build a little bit, but it's nowhere near. And then when there's the kind of, I think that's when he does the first attack. Really, I know it says there's a battle there, but I think that's the first attack on me. And at that point, I've got next to nothing. Look, and it's only my reaction to that when I start to build up my own army. So I think there's still a lot of improvements to be made in terms of when I start building an army and when because if I could just change so that I focused a little bit more on military production earlier on, and so that by the time I was hitting Castle Age, or by the time I was hitting Imperial Age even, I was matching or outdoing what the AI. But it's so difficult because if you just slack up on the eco just a little bit, then you start falling behind really quickly. So it's so difficult to balance. But yeah. So I just wanted to do that one as quickly as possible, so that then we can check out the game that I played this evening, which was, who did I pick? Yeah, Franks. And when I first saw that it was going to be against Incas, I was initially a little bit worried because the South American civilizations I always struggle to play against because they are very strong, but Franks are also incredibly strong. So I thought, well, let's see where we get to. So here we go. I think I did a lot better on the military side of things on this one. Again, I was slow to build in the military or making the military, but I think the unit composition was better. I still had the trash units, but that's I think that's really part of my strategy. I find if I don't have the trash units and just have gold units, then I end up let's get a lock on just at the start, just to see how the game started as I was playing it. Yeah, if I just have the better gold units, I don't have nearly the army size, and they just get killed really quickly by being outnumbered. And so I've found that I need to have a mix of trash units and gold units to be able to keep up with the numbers of the AI. So here again, similar start. I built 2 houses at the start this time, and then we're going to concentrate on food, send a few guys to wood, and then and see it go from there. Again, I'll bob this on faster speed just at the start while it's kicking up. And we'll take view lock off so we don't all throw up. And I love the auto scouting. So it's just something that you don't have to think about once you've clicked it. And as much as I can understand why people wouldn't like that and would prefer to do it all themselves. I'm just not. I'm not that good. I don't want. I will forget about it all the time, and it's just one more way that I'll be behind. You're going on this little journey. I think in search of resources and enemies. So yeah, we sent 3 to wood at the start, and 8 or 9 on food. He's going to build the camp. So one of the civilization's bonuses, faster, what do you call it? Harvesting, is it? Faster foraging, I guess. The Britons who was playing us in the previous game that I uploaded, on the first video, they have a faster shepherds. These guys have faster foragers. Oh, I just lost a villager here to a wolf, I think it was. So I send this villager to finish the job and build the wall. So this, I didn't know what this map was going to be. This is another randomly generated one. It's Black Forest again, which again gives us that choke point there. But also, yeah, I didn't know what the map was going to be like before playing this one. Whereas obviously with the last one, when I made the map myself, I knew pretty much where most of the stuff was going to be. So I was at an even higher advantage. So see, I've been coming to, when I've been playing a random map, I've been coming to build the wall a bit earlier to try and stop their scout from even scouting my base. This villager's just forgotten about by the looks of things. Okay, so I was quite close behind getting to the feudal age, but still being beaten out there. You see we've got some golden stone over here and a relic. Stone here, gold here, some more gold there, and some more there. And a relic there. And if I'm not mistaken, there is one somewhere around here that I just can't see at the moment. So we're quite balanced at the moment. We've got 7 on food and 7 on wood. But one thing about Franks is they do have fantastic civ economy, but they get free mill upgrades, I believe. So that's just one like really good bonus. So you save a little bit of food each age to be able to make an extra villager or make a bit of army. I keep saying army, I think military is a better word to use, but make some soldiers, I guess, or whatever you want to say it. So we got I thought I could see an idle villager behind, but it was just the blue on the house. Ah yeah, so the you'll notice I don't have any gaps in my farms anymore. So you kind of build one farm so that it's flush with the town centre. And then when you build your second farm right next to that, then this one will be flush with the town centre, and then you just kind of go around. It's like a concentric circle type thing. And for some reason, when I was just doing it without thinking about it, I would always have like a gap, and never get it right. So I built a barracks over here, with a few spearmen and an archery range here. I think I was going to do some skirmishes out here first, but then I think I realised I've got far too much wood, so I think I'll make some archers instead. I mean, archers are food and gold, but I mean wood and gold, sorry, but I was trying to save food, I think, because I'm a bit behind in the food production. So building a market here, which was probably a bad place for a market, to be fair. Should have built it with one of these guys, maybe just round the back of here, or somewhere along the lines. So I've been beaten to the castle age by quite a way here by the looks of things. I'm about to click up, I think. I've got the resources, and yeah, there we go. So I've built a double stone wall here, try and give myself some time. But I think even with that it's still dicey. Okay, so we're going up to Castle Age now. We'll be able to build new town centres and castles and all sorts of lovely things. Yeah, I've been trying to get a few online games as well, and it's really difficult to find one that's worth putting on the channel, because you just get so many games where there'll be maybe a bunch of people that are all a similar skill level, and then one or two that are just way above and beyond everybody else, and just dominate the thing from start to finish. And I quite like to do it from my perspective if possible, and it just doesn't. I mean, there was a 2v2 that lasted quite a long time, that I could upload, where there was me and it was supposed to be a 2v2, but in the lobby one of the other people put no team, so it was me and someone who was on no team versus two people that were actually properly teamed up, so that was a bit weird. But that did last. I think that lasted about 2.5-3 hours, that game. But one of the guys one of the guys on the other team was just a lot more skilled than the other three of us, and so he picked Goths, and they can like spam if they get to Imperial Age. They can just spam infantry for days because they're producing really quick, and they're really powerful as well. I think one of the downfalls is you can't build walls, but you don't need them because you've got infantry for walls. Basically, it's crazy. But yeah, he was playing, and he'd been playing quite a long time. All of his production buildings were all like neatly in a grid, and everything was very well planned out. I might stream that one actually. We'll see. It was probably there's maybe two games that have been the most interesting, but then most of the time you just get one person who just dominates everybody, and it ends up being just not very fun to watch. It's much more fun to watch something that's quite close, in my opinion anyway. Like, I think me fighting the hard AI is quite entertaining, just because it's like a time limit thing. It's can I build up enough army before I get overrun by this really efficient production of the AI. If he added, I don't know what siege that they get, but here we go. Bringing the battering rams in. Okay, so what we're going for? We've got some trash units. We've got some more trash units. Oh, we do have some thrown axemen. Where are they? I've got some crossbowmen. Are they in the castle? Or we don't. Can't see the thrown axemen. Look, I've got 4 pikemen stuck behind here as well. Here we go, some thrown axemen. And you'll see at some point as well, I'll start building stables, because Franks have got really strong cavalry. Okay, let's get back down to normal speed for a second before all these sound alerts start destroying me. And let's see what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at production and their army there, I suppose. Everything looks so slow after it's been sped up for a little while. Okay, so you see the second TC there as well. So I think I was just getting my pikemen out of range because they can't defend themselves because they're hand-to-hand. And the wall's still up. You noticed as well I upgraded the walls, built a university just to do that. But then I think that that'll allow me to get chemistry and a couple of other techs that will improve the effectiveness of all my ranged units. Yeah, you'll be hearing a lot of monks. The Aztecs are a monk and would you say monk and infantry civilization? Maybe, I think something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe is it monk and siege or monk and infantry? I can't remember. By all means, if you're watching this and you're noticing things that I'm doing horribly wrong, point them out in the comments because I do want to get better. And I know that I will be doing some things horribly wrong. I'll probably be doing a lot of things horribly wrong, to be fair, but and I'm not sure how successful people have been with going aggressive early against like a hard AI. I feel like I want to work on my eco boom game before I start trying those kind of strategies. But I don't know, it could be like super successful. I'm just, you could probably get quite a few villager kills and even out the economy. Let's just see where his economy's at the moment. So what we got, about 4,000 wood, 2,000 food, 2,000 gold, and he's got, oh, he's not too far gone. He's got more gold. I've got more wood. It's about standard. So we're on 3 town centres now. Just added a third there, and you see I'm using my newfound knowledge to mean there's make the farms without any gaps. Just take the view off for a second and have a look around. Okay, so there's that relic there now that I should be on my way to pick up, but just for some reason I must be concentrating on something else. So we've got a few thrown axemen in the mix. That's the Frank's unique unit. Using the trash units to fend them off at the walls. We've got some more trash units waiting for when the walls come down. And the walls will come down. All the way to hell. I don't think I ever saw them when they were standing. Potentially not even when they fell. So we can see a castle here now. I think that'll prompt me to maybe make some trebuchets pretty soon. Let's hit the old speed button. Wait until something interesting happens. Okay, I think this is a 200 population game. I think I'll put it back down to 200, which is my normal. But I think I might stay at 190 for a while, actually. So here I put a trebuchet up, try and deal with the castle. Then I think his trebuchets take my trebuchet down. I should have realised and moved it away quickly, but for whatever reason I did not, and it goes down. Do a little bit of damage to his castle, but not much. And I think he trebs the I think he actually trebs a hole in the trees. Or does he just take those 2 bits of wall out? Yeah, must be. Okay, so yeah, I started making my own trebuchets, and he's going to treb that wall down and then try and break through. So let's have a look. there's no hole in the wall. I'm noticing he's not sending a lot of army forward though. So I think at this point then, let's send my halberdiers through and try and just deal with the siege. So this is really good for me. I'm taking out, they're all quite expensive units, cost a lot of wood and gold each, and I'm taking them out with these halberds that don't really cost me much, and I can produce kind of endlessly. And these eagle warriors as well. I think they cost food and gold, I believe, and it's quite a lot of gold. But they are really effective. They're just so fast. They're really good for raiding. So if you were to get a number of those into my economy, it'd do some real damage. Okay, so we've got these miners that I've forgotten about. There's always some forgotten miners at some point. And then you see I've built up a lot of stables as well. So we'll be going for what do you call them? Cavaliers, not cavaliers. Paladins. So, and Frank paladins are just super OP. They've got extra health and the stables produce, I think they produce 20% faster than other civilizations. So that's going to be like our silver bullet here. So we've got 6 producing at the same time, which means they're incredibly quick, even quicker than just taking the 20% into account. So you'll see me start massing some of those. Are they paladins yet? No, they're cavaliers now, so I think I'm researching paladin here. Yeah, there you go. I think we've got all the blacksmith upgrades for them. Oh no, I'm just getting, oh no, that is plate mail. I think plate mail's for infantry, yeah. Okay, now the siege. Look at all that. That's so deadly. So at this point, this is looking really dangerous. Really dangerous indeed. So I'm just hoping that I've got enough paladins to be able to deal with it. But as you see, as you're going to see that they're really good at taking out siege and infantry. I do lose a fair amount of them here, and they are expensive. But I'm able to push these guys back, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think I deal with all of the siege weapons here. But we're still producing over here as well. Okay. And now I am really trying to focus on trying to manage my army better, like I was saying previously. So what you see me do here is get all these expensive paladins, bring them back to a safe place, and then get my monks to heal them up. Look at them, beautiful paladins. I mean monks with their crazy books, Bibles even maybe, tending to the flock. See the health of them going up. Oh, it should be going up here. Who are you healing, monks? Which one are you healing? I think, do I add another monk at some point? Yeah, I'm creating another. Okay, so they're attacking with a lot of infantry now. But the castle fire plus all the trash units that I have here are able to deal with it. A couple of paladins join. I don't think I wanted that, but and again comes the siege. What do they call their unit there? Slingers. Oh yeah. You see, they've got a load of monks here that are all trying to convert my. So look, they converted one. So if you've got like a strong unit like these fully upgraded, I think they're fully upgraded paladins, then using monks to convert them is a really strong strategy. They've done a really good job with all the. I know some of the sounds are annoying if you haven't played it, or if you're not playing it, if you're just watching it, I suppose. But like some of the sounds of like these guys throwing their spears and stuff is really. If you've got headphones on, it's really satisfying sound. Okay, so we are still creating some. I think I need to really. Yeah, here we go. So we've got skirmishers coming out now. How many monks has he got there? God damn it, double click. God damn it. Why can't I double click on it? Is it because I'm not as him? I'm sure he's got more monks than that there. But I can't seem to see the group. I want to know how many. Oh, 5. Okay, it's not a massive amount of monks, but they're all going crazy for this, like one. Halberdier. Okay, so we're starting to get this big ball of death paladins over here, which again is going to be the. What have we got? 45. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the Aztecs over here, unfortunately, for any Aztecs watching on from beyond the grave. Okay, go back to my view there, but I'll keep the fog of war off so we can see everything now. So yeah, we're just running 3 town centres. Suppose I probably could have built more farms, but I think I've got enough eco here to be okay. Again, my gold's not great, but that's only because I'm making all of these paladins. I'm kind of just, as soon as I notice that I've got a fair enough amount of gold, I'll just add another 6 paladins. I will start need to make some siege though soon. Probably trebuchets. I think trebuchets are the best siege to. I mean, bombard cannons are really good, but the thing with trebuchets is because you need to stop and unpack them. You need to be kind of sure that the place that you're going to put them to be able to take the enemy's buildings down is reasonably safe. So I think it's kind of like a backstop to make sure that you've got enough army to kind of push while you've got the trebuchets. If you were just to send a load of onagers and scorpions and bombard cannons and all those things, yeah, it'd be really powerful for a little bit, but then if they're massed infantry, they'd soon deal with it. So I think trebuchets is the smart move. That's like I said, providing you do protect them. So we've got these throwing axemen are really good. Like they do loads of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay. So I think I get a little bit nervous about sending all these paladins in because I'm thinking that's a lot of gold there. But we do have 3 relics, so we will accrue more gold over time. And I think, yeah, I'm still mining some gold as well, so I've still got at least another good second amount I can produce if I do lose all these. But I think you'll see me being a little bit more careful with my units in this game than the previous 2. Especially these guys. And at some point I send these monks here to over here, I think. So I can kind of just quickly run out with these guys, heal them up and then run back in. Although I do think I get pushed back up here, but we'll see. And at first I think I attacked buildings with the paladins more than anything because they do so much damage, but I think ideally you just want to swamp their skirmishers and the slingers because they'll take all of those guys down so quickly. But you see, I'm being super careful because I don't want to lose any. But I think I will. Oh cool, so is it showing me the units I've got selected as well and what I'm doing with the mouse? Oh, that's cool. The old monk sound is so funny. Okay, so maybe queuing up more paladins, am I? I've got a bit of gold to do so. But I'm at my population limit now, so we'll stop producing. You can see I've got a lot still queued up, mainly skirmishers and halberdiers, but some throwing axe, well, one throwing axeman there maybe. Yeah, so here you see me bring the monks over to this little corner pocket here, which seems like a good idea at first, but I think that backfires at some point. I think I gave him too much time here to start to produce more units. If I'd have run in with all those paladins, I would have lost quite a lot of them, but I think I would have pretty much maybe even ended the game there. And you can see I'm sat on loads of resources as well, so I could just have queued up army number 2 and then be running in with this one. These guys as well with the big pikes, what are they called, these guys? Kamiyuks. You can also see what all the wildlife can see. If we put fog of war back on, so see some birds just going, what are all these guys doing? There's not a lot of wildlife left on the map, to be honest. Huh. Anyway. Okay, so now you see I've been pushed back up here, and I think I'm just too scared to use these paladins, whereas really I should run those in and get them to, just get them to clear those units out. So I think I lose my monks here. still at 44 paladins, so I think maybe I might have lost one so far. So now I should be sending trebuchets in, but I haven't yet. I think I just use these paladins to take this castle down. Whereas, like I say, I should be sending these trebuchets in, really. But they do so much damage. Look, this is a castle going down just from paladins. I am losing quite a few though. You can hear my production start to go as well. Okay, now the trebuchets come. You see, we're just starting to get a load of trash units come in and some more pal. So I'm running back to the paladins, so these guys can come in and soak up some of the damage. Get rid of some of these halberdiers, because they're kind of designed to do damage to any kind of mounted unit. Although at this point with upgraded paladins, they still don't stand much of a chance. So what have we got over here? We've still got another 18, got some more trebuchets and some skirmishes. But again, we're nearing his pop limit there. But I think one of the important things about maintaining a push like this is look at all these farms here that they're not able to work. So as well as they may be able to produce a lot of units, at some point if this continues, they'll just start running out of resources. Like, interested to see how many he'll have at the moment actually. So yeah, you look at his food there, got about 600 food versus, yeah, we've got like food and wood for days at the moment. We've got 3 town centres. Not a ridiculous amount of farms, but enough. In fact, how many farms have you got there? Should be able to double click them. 42. Obviously they're not all worked. 43. So that's how many I had. Versus 40. Yeah, so he did have more farmers than me. And now you see just kind of like his unit production can't keep up with what I'm sending in, and we're sending reinforcements as well. I think we've got more on the way here. The trebuchets are in, and there's not a lot you can do at this point. And there you go, he taps out. So yeah, not been able to beat a hard AI before, and then 3 times in about what, maybe 4 days, something like that. Not playing it all the time, but obviously working and all that kind of jazz in the middle. But yeah, so I think I'm starting to get a feel for kind of how what kind of numbers that you need, and how really what kind of composition you need versus certain things. It's still going to take a long time to just like instinctively know, oh right, he's doing this, so now I need to change up to do this, and all that kind of, like, in terms of which units to create and stuff like that. But I'm finding with this kind of tactic of always having the ability to make a lot of trash units. I've only got 2 barracks there. done plenty more helms there, but yeah, generally I was having the ability to make a lot of trash units, and then once I've kind of seen what would be good or what my civilization does really well, like Franks and Paladins, it's just like I can be holding them off whilst then building up a killing blow type of an army, which is exactly what happened here really. And still it's a relatively long game, an hour and 25 minutes, but I don't know, definitely improving over where I was before I got definitive edition. I did play HD a little bit on my old PC, but yeah, it's been so much, and it does look so much better, which is lovely, and the animations of buildings going down and things like that. But yeah, so like I say, I'm trying to get a couple of interesting online games to put on the channel, and as soon as I do, I'll do a bit of commentary and put those up as well. But thanks for joining us. I'll quit this and leave with the timeline there. So it's not quite as drastic. So you can, I think, when you know when you're a bit more aware of which units that you need, you don't need as big of an army. So it's quite balanced there, to be honest. And his army was never that huge. Maybe he had quite a lot of monks, and I don't know if monks count as army. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you in a bit. Bye.